Well, at the top of this hour, let's take you through all those latest developments coming in, because now U.S. Congressmen and Michael Waltz have written to Speaker Kevin McCarthy urging to invite Prime Minister Modi for delivering joint address to Congress. Now remember, Prime Minister Modi is going to visit the United States on June 22nd following an invitation from President Joe Biden. And now U.S. Congressmen Khanna and Michael Waltz has written a letter to U.S. House of Representatives Speaker urging him to invite Prime Minister Modi to deliver a joint address to Congress during his first state visit to the United States. Now, as far as this letter is concerned, they have led the letter in their capacity as co-chairs of the bipartisan Congressional Caucus on India and Indian Americans. And in that letter, they have said that we respectfully request your consideration in inviting Prime Minister Modi for a joint address to Congress, highlighting the significance of the U.S. India strategic partnership and the shared values upon which it is built. So the White House, in fact, on Tuesday said that the visit of Prime Minister Modi to the U.S. will be an opportunity to reaffirm the deep, close partnership between U.S. and India. Let me go across to my colleague Srinjoy for more on this. Srinjoy, if invited, then this will be the second address by Prime Minister Modi to the joint session of the Congress, making him one of the few world leaders who had the opportunity to address American lawmakers twice.
Yes, undoubtedly, he has spoken before to the Congress, which comprises the Senate and the House of Representatives, and this, if it works out, will be his second address. Now, it's a very significant moment as far as India-US relationship are concerned. You look at how often a US president and the Prime Minister of India meets nowadays, and that will tell you how important India and the United States are to each other. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, they would meet once a year, if that. Now, you had Prime Minister Modi and President Biden meeting in Hiroshima. They were supposed to meet in Australia, but President Biden had to fly back for domestic financial reasons. But Prime Minister Modi will again be in Washington on the 21st of June. Then again, Prime Minister Modi will host President Biden and others in September for the G20. Then next year is going to be the Quad Summit in India, and again you would expect President Biden to come. So in a matter of a year, you find the Prime Minister of India and the President of America meeting 4, 5, 6 times. Now that has been unprecedented, and it's particularly important because the two countries are very close, and as both sides are saying, there isn't a more important relationship in the world today than the one between India and the United States. As a result, you would expect congressmen like Khanna to say, why can't Prime Minister Modi speak before the Congress, before the Senate and the House of Representatives a second time?
All right, Srinjoy, stay with us. I'll come back to you. Let me also go across to my colleague Meenakshi, who is joining us from the newsroom with the letter. Meenakshi, over to you.
Well, absolutely, Shivya. Without much ado, let's take our viewers directly through the letter. This is the letter which has been written by the Congress of United States. This is, of course, congressmen who have come together and they have written to the Speaker of the House. Of course, what they are urging is for Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the Congress, to address the House when he visits India. Remember, this is coming in the backdrop of PM Modi visiting the United States. So this is written, to the Speaker McCarthy, and it's written by congressmen. It says, and I quote, as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of India's independence and the U.S. relations, we write to you as co-chairs of the bipartisan Congressional Caucus on the India and Indian Americans with a shared commitment to strengthen the bilateral relations between the U.S. and India. And then they go on to say, we respectfully request your consideration in inviting Prime Minister Narendra Modi for a joint address to the Congress, highlighting the significance of the U.S.-India strategic partnership. It's very significant that we have U.S. congressmen who are now requesting and urging that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi be invited for a joint address to the Congress, obviously showing the type of reach which really brand Modi has.
Yes, of course, the letter speaks volumes when it comes to Prime Minister's popularity around the globe. Meenakshi, thank you for joining in. But Srinjoy, when we talk about these changing geopolitical equations, it is important to see how the United States sees India as its partner, because even in this letter, these two lawmakers have laid out the importance of the strengthening bilateral relationship between the U.S. and India, and also the importance of highlighting the partnership by granting a joint address to the Congress, and therefore also urging to invite Prime Minister Modi.
There is absolutely no doubt that both countries need each other. So on that basis alone, this is a very important relationship. Let's not forget how far the two countries have gone. Till Bill Clinton decided that he had to reach out to India and the United States had to reach out to India, there was virtually no relationship between India and the United States. But in these 20 years, and whether it's Republican, whether it's Democrat, it hasn't made much of a difference. Whether it's Clinton, whether it's Bush, whether it's Obama, it just hasn't made any difference. Or Trump or Biden, India and the United States have got closer militarily, strategically, politically, and then there is this matter of people-to-people relations. How many people of Indian origin are in the United States? It's a huge number, and that too plays a very important part. I mean, Khanna is of Indian origin. There are many, many Indians who hold important posts in the United States. One of them is a vice president of the United States. Did 20, 25 years ago anyone imagine that a person of Indian origin would be vice president of America? That was unbelievable, but it's true, it's happened. So as a result, the two countries have got very close to each other. Yes, China is certainly a factor. The rise of China, the aggression that China exudes is also a factor. But despite that, even apart from that, the two countries are very strong, even economically, even in other ways. So as a result, it's only expected that someone from the U.S. Congress, in this case the House of Representatives, suggests to the Speaker, why can't Prime Minister Modi speak to us?
Yes, of course, and that strong partnership was also visible lately when Joe Biden shared a warm hug with Prime Minister Modi. Well, thank you, Srinjoy, for joining in and